From high in the atmosphere to deep within the earth, across borders and into cities, water travels into our glasses more than 1 billion times each day. This odorless and tasteless substance, essential for life on Earth, is found everywhere on the planet. Yet, delivering clean drinking water to our homes is a complex process. Today, most Americans live in towns and cities with organized public water supply systems managed by county or city water departments, ensuring water reaches homes, businesses, and industries. So how does the water we use daily make its way into our home? And what differences exist in places where water is more abundant?
We're down found just over this hill is the municipal water pump, and that's where all the water supply goes. We're getting it fresh up here in the mountains.
Welcome to Albay, a beautiful province in the Philippines where water flows abundantly from the highlands. Today we're on a mission to uncover the source of this vital resource, water. Whenever we ask the locals where their water comes from, simply say, "I don't know." With no clear answers, we decided to find the source ourselves. Joining me are the rest of the boys, ready for an adventure.
Let's go hit trailhead, be walking back down.
As we hike, let me share some interesting facts about how water is distributed in this community. The process of distributing water from a mountain source to a community involves several key steps. First, the community or a private entity identifies a reliable water source, such as a spring or river in the mountains, and ensures they have the rights or permissions to use this water through agreements with landowners or local authorities. Next, an intake structure is built at the water source to collect and channel the water, incorporating protective measures to keep the water clean and free from debris.
It's so tranquil. You can camp anywhere along here. It's an amazing thing. There's trails, established trails. Look at the boys up there. Got to catch up with them. And we're also finding these pipes. So we're pretty high up in the mountains here. It's pretty cool. Got pipes running down. Obviously, Philippine ingenuity. They use all gravity. They use all gravity to deliver the water to the municipality. It's a beautiful thing.
To transport the water downhill, gravity-fed systems are used, which require no energy input once the infrastructure is in place. A network of pipes or open channels made from durable materials like PVC, HDPE, or metal then carries the water from the intake structure to the community. Storage facilities such as reservoirs or tanks made from concrete, steel, or plastic are constructed at strategic locations to store water and ensure a steady supply.
So we got a dam here. They dam the water up. They channel it down this channel. We'll see this channel here a little later.
Distribution points are set up where community members can collect water, typically through communal taps or standpipes. Basic filtration methods, such as sand filters or gravel filters, are used to remove larger particles and contaminants, while disinfection methods like chlorination or ultraviolet UV treatment ensure the water is safe for drinking. Finally, a local committee or association often manages the water system, handling regular maintenance, repairs, and water quality monitoring.
Yeah, it's all for irrigation, for farming. Yeah, I'm so right. He confirmed it. Kuya confirmed it. It's a water source for the town community. Water, actually here, there's no water bills. It's totally free. So taxes pay for the infrastructure, and it's delivered for free once the pipes are put in.
During our hike, we stumbled upon a small spot where a swimming pool was brimming with local children having the time of their lives. I couldn't resist joining them for a swim. It was an amazing experience sharing such joyful moments with the locals.
Who wants to swim?
We made it. Here it is, the source of life for this town. It's amazing to see firsthand how nature provides and how the community harnesses this resource sustainably. In many parts of the world, accessing clean water is a significant challenge, but here in the local town, nature provides an incredible solution. The water that sustains this town comes from rivers and streams high up in these mountains. In many parts of the world, access to clean water remains a significant challenge, emphasizing the critical importance of sustainable water management. The resourcefulness of small communities like those in Albay, Philippines, demonstrates how innovative and sustainable practices can ensure a reliable water supply. These communities provide valuable solutions that can inspire regions facing water scarcity. Their efforts showcase the power of local initiatives and community-driven approaches in addressing one of the world's most pressing issues.
Over here, it's an amazing time. I love Denny's. That's what it says. I love Denny's. So anyways, this is our mountain adventure. You can find these places all over the Philippines. It's endless. It's absolutely endless. All you gotta do is just book a ticket, show up, get off the beaten path, man. What an amazing time. Hello! Again!
Yay!
Okay.